hilarious dive into the shining zigzag bookshelves and the geometry of madness. Stanley Kubrick's The Shining is a masterpiece filled with ominous imagery, subtle symbolism, and, apparently, zigzagging bookshelves in the Torrance family's Boulder apartment. Yes, even the books, those quiet, unassuming rectangles of knowledge, are in on the game, arranged in a way that echoes the patterns of Native American blankets and weaving designs. But why? What does it all mean? And most importantly, how did this subtle zigzag detail sneak past audiences and land straight into the realm of Kubrickian obsession? Let's explore this bizarre connection with tongue firmly in cheek, because it was possible. It was necessary. The Torrance family's chaotic library. First, let's address the obvious. Why are the bookshelves in the Torrance apartment so chaotic? These aren't the neat rows you'd expect from a family on the brink of relocation. No, these books are zigzagging like they've just survived a 5 earthquake, or were deliberately placed by an avant-garde librarian with a vendetta against symmetry. But perhaps this isn't just a sign of poor tidying. Perhaps the zigzagging bookshelves are a metaphor for Jack Torrance's mental state, disordered, unstable, and aesthetically unsettling. Forget the typewriter. These books are the real canary in the coal mine. The zigzag connection, Native American patterns. Now, here's where things get interesting. The zigzag patterns of the bookshelves bear a striking resemblance to the geometric motifs found in Native American blankets and weaving designs. These patterns, deeply rooted in Native American culture, often symbolize the interconnectedness of life, nature, and spiritual balance. In Kubrick's hands, they're less a nod to balance and more a neon sign screaming chaos incoming. The Overlook Hotel, after all, was built on a Native American burial ground, a detail the film emphasizes with its decor and unsettling atmosphere. Are the zigzagging bookshelves an early warning? A visual foreshadowing of the horrors that await the Torrance family? Or just another example of Kubrick's obsessive need to include layers of meaning in literally everything? Jack's warped reality, as told by books. Imagine Jack standing in front of those bookshelves trying to choose a light read for the evening. He reaches for a book, but the zigzag arrangement makes it impossible to extract one without disrupting the entire shelf. Frustration bubbles up, his brow furrows, and just like that, he's on the path to axing down doors and yelling, "Here's Johnny!" Maybe the zigzag bookshelves are Kubrick's sly way of showing that Jack's life was already off kilter before he set foot in the Overlook. The zigzags weren't just design choices, they were destiny. Wendy's unassuming zigzag zen. Wendy Torrance, sweet and endlessly patient, doesn't seem fazed by the chaos of the bookshelves. She's used to zigzags in her life, metaphorically speaking. Jack's temper, zigzag. Danny's creepy imaginary friend, big zigzag. The move to a haunted hotel, massive zigzag. Wendy probably glanced at those bookshelves and thought, yep, that tracks. The zigzagging books might also reflect Wendy's adaptability. While Jack spirals into madness, Wendy weaves through the chaos, much like the geometric patterns on a Native American blanket. She is the steady thread in an otherwise chaotic tapestry, even as Jack unravels faster than a bargain sweater in a dryer. Danny and Tony, zigzagged minds. Danny, the Torrance family's pint-sized psychic, probably noticed the zigzagging bookshelves before anyone else. With his shining abilities, he likely picked up on their ominous significance. Tony, the boy who lives in his mouth, probably whispered something like, "Don't trust the books, Danny. The patterns aren't right." For Danny, the zigzags might echo the confusing, overlapping realities he experiences. Is he in Boulder, staring at a messy bookshelf, or is he at the Overlook, witnessing a river of blood? The zigzags embody his fractured perception of the world, one foot in reality, the other in Kubrick's surreal nightmare. Kubrick's zigzag genius. Let's not forget that Stanley Kubrick didn't do anything by accident. If he wanted zigzag bookshelves, there was a reason for it. Perhaps it was a nod to Native American art, reinforcing the buried histories and cultural tensions underpinning the Overlook's dark secrets. Or maybe Kubrick just thought it looked cool and would drive film buffs mad with speculation for decades. Whatever the reason, the zigzag bookshelves are a classic Kubrick touch, seemingly minor details loaded with potential meaning. They're like Easter eggs for film nerds, but instead of candy, they're filled with existential dread. Conclusion: bookshelf chaos, Overlook madness. In The Shining, even the bookshelves aren't safe from Kubrick's masterful, maddening symbolism. Their zigzag arrangement hints at chaos, cultural connections, and the mental unraveling of everyone involved. Whether you see them as a nod to Native American weaving, a reflection of Jack's fractured psyche, or just a really weird way to store books, one thing is clear: they're part of the film's genius. So next time you watch The Shining, don't just focus on the elevators of blood or Jack's unhinged rants. Take a moment to appreciate the humble zigzags on the bookshelves. Because in Kubrick's world, even the smallest details are loaded with meaning. Or maybe they're just books. Either way, it's terrifyingly brilliant.